In this part of the practice, we were working on top and bottom. These clips are just some options that you can look for on bottom if you're having trouble with things like a stand-up, or if someone has legs in, or just struggle with explosivity. So this first one has two ways it can work. First, my goal is to trap a leg with my arm when they get it close to my upper body. From here, I'm trying to get their knee high in my elbow pit so that I can roll it over with the goal of stepping over his body with both of my legs. I usually drop my head as I roll to get it going. In this clip, I wasn't as deep, so he was able to regain some position. But from here, now I got his leg across my body. My next focus is to try to get his knee to my armpit. And here I do that first by lifting his leg as I base up to keep him in the same spot. And then I reach for his quad, pulling it across and turning in. This allows his body to slip off almost completely to the side. This next one, he catches a headlock. Now this one is really important because while it is very difficult to fight out, it can be done. Here my goal is to get my hips close to his hips. If he's teed off, I'm really in trouble. So I need to turn into him to keep that far shoulder blade up and chase his hips with mine. If you take your free hand and try to lock their body while continuing to turn in, it makes it easier to get your hips closer. In this clip, what allowed me to slip out without getting fully hip to hip was that when I grabbed his waist, I bumped him to his head, which relieved pressure and allowed me to slip the lock. And I did that by bridging in. So keep in mind, just turning in might not work. So if you feel your shoulders starting to go down, bridge on your head, through your hips, and this can get you the space you need or keep you off long enough to survive the period. Next, he has my wrist on my back and is looking for a claw tilt. Dangerous position for me, but here, when he steps up, I grab his leg like before, elbow pit to knee pit, and then work to roll him to try to go to the side I got his leg. Now this is a thing that can save you a lot in general. If you're about to give up a turn, and you know it, roll before they do, and you can roll all the way through, loosening the grip and making them start over again. So now that I'm on the other side, I'm looking to step outside the legs. How? Well, on that leg that I grabbed, I'm trying to grab at the ankle on the lace side with my opposite hand. Once I got the grip, I want to post my other hand at the knee, lift my hips, and shift them outside the leg, and lift that ankle as I do that. On this one, I lost my balance a bit, but holding the ankle and getting back to that post allowed me to shift out enough to turn in. At this point, I recognized that because I rushed a step out, I'm in a 50-50 position. So I turn into him and hip heist and get that go behind. Next, similar to before, he throws a leg, this time from a crab ride. So I force it into a seatbelt so I can get his knee across my body, turn into him, and get the reversal. If he stays tight like he did here, I hunt for the wrist to try to keep him still as I turn in. Next, he jams his knee into my thighs, so I hit what we call a shin pick, which is just grabbing the shin, throwing it off, and turning away from it so that you can get your hips through the opening that you just created. I mess up here by throwing it off and turning back into it, so I kind of open myself up for him to be able to pancake me here. But then from here, I just work on bridging through the position, grabbing his leg, and finding a way to put him on his back. In this clip, I'm trying to force him into a leg so I can hit my reversal we went over already. He recognizes it and gets out of it. So I go to quad pod, and my goal here is to be strong in it, seal the near side, and grab the far side hand. He gets a good mat return, but I get right back up to it and seal and peel. Too many times people get mat return and go right to their bellies or stay still. But you can pop right back up, and that can put you in a better position to escape, but can also get in your opponent's head. Now here I can feel him shift to focus on my right side, so I grab his hand with both hands and peel off. Next, he tries to take me to one side, but I force staying in the middle in the crab ride. And the goal here is to take my time and slide down. So I do that by subtly scooting down. Once I get my head at his chest level, I reach both hands up and lock them around his head and pull it down as I turn in. And here he lets me go to strengthen his position. So I let it go and turn in to a crackdown position. Then I keep my left hip on the mat and right elbow tight to my body. When I'm ready, I shoot it to the head to look for a reversal and hopefully a cradle. So again, these are just some positions to play with that can help you out. It doesn't have to be super clean. You just have to know how to get back to your base if you get in trouble, and pay attention when you have the leverage or you don't anymore. But some themes I hope that you get in this video is bridge through. If you're getting turned, initiate the action and take it to the other side. And always keep moving, looking for and creating those openings. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Like the video if you got value from it. And check out Making Adjustments in Chain Wrestling if you want to see more content like this.